that is only available here at HSN in the United States. This is won Design and Functionality Awards. It's won the German Design Award 2018. That iconic award was the very first one that you saw. This is an HSN exclusive in the US, and this is the way to get mold away from your closets, from your boat, from your garage, from your basement, because you've got to get rid of that humidity. But usually those solutions are pretty unsightly. They're a little unwieldy. They can be really expensive. This is, let me see, where is it? This one right here? Well, I don't want to lift up the one. I just wanted to show you the design of it. You would never guess that this was a dehumidifier. That's why it's won these incredible design awards. Today you're getting a set of 2. They're not electric. All you're going to do is just set them and forget all about them, and they're going to eliminate that extra humidity that's creating that, the mold, the mildew in those kind of forgotten areas. Today you're getting 2, $32.95, and here to show how easy it is to get rid of that humidity. It's also really easy to get home because we're shipping it to you for free, $6.59. Welcome, Bonneville.
Hi, thank you. Yeah, this is cool.
This is really cool. And I asked you, why do we need dehumidifiers?
Right, you know, not everybody knows, and I know because I used to live in New York and now I live in Florida, and those are both places where you can get excess humidity, excess moisture in the air. In New York, it was in the basements, and in Florida, it's every single closet during the seasons where we don't have our AC on. One time I went to my closet, I hadn't worn an outfit in a long time, took it out, and there was mold all over it, kind of like this. Look behind me.
Oh, I was standing right in front of it.
You were standing right in front of it. Have you ever pulled out anything out of your closet that you haven't worn in a while and it got that mold on it? It's because there's excess moisture in the air, in your closets, in your basement, sometimes in a cabin in a boat, sometimes when you wrap up your RV when you're not traveling, then you could get that as well. You need to have something in there that captures the excess moisture in the air. The other alternative traditionally has been this little ugly thing. But now Wenko has taken a step up. They've actually created something that's pretty, attractive, lasts months, and captures all of the excess moisture in the air really efficiently. Let me review the unit with you because they did such a great job on the design, which is why they won so many awards.
Actually, while you're talking about that, can I just say, this is the blue, and we do have 4 colors, but they're very, very limited. So as we're talking about this, imagine sort of the colors that you're gonna get. We have white, there's the gray, the blue that we were just gonna show you, and then the beige. And remember, you're getting 2. Again, you wouldn't realize that these are dehumidifiers until we say that, but they're $6.59. And not only are they beautiful, they come with a 3-year warranty, and they're refillable. So there you go.
And they're not electric, so that means you can put them anywhere. Like I have one sitting in my closet right now. Did you know in your closets you actually should have like a louver door and not a solid door? Because otherwise you don't get any circulation. If you have no circulation, then the air stays in there, and if it's moist air, that's how you get mold and mildew. Have you ever walked in somewhere and you went, that smells kind of musty and swampy? It's because there's excess moisture in the air, and this is the way to get rid of it. So this unit is so pretty. Now it has the perforations because it gets circulation and airflow into the calcium chloride stone. And then the top is really pretty because it's part of the design for looking at it as attractiveness while you seek the design, but also, again, great airflow. Then it has the basket on top, and in the basket is where you're going to put this just about 2.5 pound calcium chloride stone. This is what's going to attract the excess moisture, and when it does, it ends up in this bottom bin, and then you can see on the little window here when it needs to be emptied, which will be in a few months after it collects a whole bunch of that excess water that is now not going to hurt anything in your house and in your closet. And I'm going to show you what that would look like. I'm going to switch this basket for the one next door. And let's take a look.
That's pretty.
Isn't that pretty? It's like really nice. Nobody has ever had this kind of design on something that is a necessity like this. That's why it's winning awards. So here you can see, here's a calcium stone, and it's actually wet. There's moisture because it is being, the excess moisture is being absorbed there. And it stays in this basket. And then look at how much I've collected in here.
That came out of the air. That would have been in your clothes.
That's right. This is the haven that causes that moldy smell and will give mildew on your clothes. And by collecting this, you prevent that from happening. It helps prevent it. So it is a great system, and it functions so well. So then you don't have to worry about something like this happening to you. Great. Now, this is why it's award-winning. First of all, you see how attractive it is, not like the, ugly old things. And you have the top with the beautiful grid with the nice design, goes through, comes in the air, the excess moisture comes in contact with the calcium chloride, and then it puts that excess moisture into the basket, and then you just dump it every few months. And you can dump it in your sink.
Okay.
Did you know that?
And then I don't want to call it a machine. You don't plug it in at all. The actual container itself lasts 3 years. You're getting 2, and then you can just replace that. What did you call it? Calcium chloride?
Calcium chloride.
Calcium chloride every maybe 3 or 4 months, depending on how humid the area is. But then you get that beautiful design award winning for 3 years. I do want to give you just a quick little sort of update on how many we have. We are, let's see, here's the beige. This is the most limited. We only have about 200 left to go around for everybody. And remember, again, you're getting a 2-pack. So this could be in 2 closets in your home. It could be in your garage, in your basement. You're talking about RV or boats. I asked, why would you put on a boat? But I was thinking an open boat, like in a cabin in a boat. Then we also are next most limited in the blue, then comes the white, and then the gray. But it's a beautiful solution to be able to put in those little, like, away places in California even. I don't think of it as being a humid place. We used to get mold on the inside of, like, curtains and things, or in a bathroom where it doesn't have proper ventilation. This really is an elegant solution to an issue that most people have. Now, I wanted to ask, what size of a room are we talking about with these?
You can do a really big closet or a really big room because it will just collect whatever moisture is there. But for instance, a room that's 23 by 15, 30 by 10, it's a really big space that this will reach into, collect that excess moisture. And here's what is interesting. It doesn't collect what it doesn't need. Like, if you have a puddle in the room, it's not going to collect from the puddle. It only collects from the air. And it's the excess moisture, so it doesn't dry out your air or anything like that. It's just collecting the moisture that could cause potential problems in your house, like I had in that closet. It was a closet that it was an external wall, and it just got all full of mold. It was a horror to clean, and it ruined a couple of pieces of clothing because I didn't know that happened. Now, you're from California, and California, most places you don't need like heat or the AC that much.
No, not so much.
So you stay kind of neutral, but that's when you have a perfect atmosphere where you get excess moisture. Here in Florida, when we don't have our AC on or heat in that season, you collect that excess moisture in the air, and where does it go? If it's not being collected into a system, a non-electric dehumidifier, then it stays in the air, goes in your clothing or your walls, and then you have a mold or mildew problem, and you get that smell in the air. And another great use is if you're an RV, like to travel, but then there's a season where you wrap that up. When you wrap that up tight, there's excess moisture in there. If you don't put a dehumidifier in there, you could end up with mold when you go to open it back up. So that's a great place. And like you said, cabins in the boat, basements, in the kitchens, in the baths.
Okay.
Any place there's extra, and especially in the basement. And you know what? No one is immune. You could live in the east, the west, the north, or the south. We are not immune to that excess moisture in the air that can cause mold and mildew and make things damp and moldy smelling. It's just a horrible smell when you walk into a place that you know there's excess moisture. And you can remove it with this award-winning design. Look at how beautiful this is. I'm gonna put these next to each other.
Pretty.
Which one would you rather have sitting around?
That's not really, that's kind of a rhetorical
no
question.
No contest here, look at that. I want the pretty one.
I do too. I think all of you do as well, because the beige is getting very, very limited. It's just about to sell out. I just want to let you know we have a limited quantity left. This is one that everybody needs, and you don't need it until it's too late. You don't realize it until it's too late, I should say. It's $12 off just today, and we're shipping it to you for free, which is a really big deal, especially because these are heavy. These are like 2.5 pounds each,
as a matter of fact,
and you're getting 2 plus 2 of those award-winning designs.
Put that on the scale for me.
Okay, here we go.
So I brought a little scale here so I could show you.
It's already collecting the water in the air.
It is. So this is 2.4 something ounce, 4.4.
Yeah.
So almost 2.5 pounds. That's where I think the benefit of the free shipping is, because you're getting 2 of those. So it's almost 5 pounds of calcium chloride, so it'll last a really long time. And they work so well. And here's a cool thing in the basket. You see how this has the little cutout in it?
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing is that actually gets flipped over into the basket because there's a matching shape in the basket that fits that cutout. So you flip it out. That keeps the calcium chloride centered in the basket so that all of that excess moisture, I mean, take a look what's in here.
Drips right down. That's cool.
Look at what's in here.
And then you just dump that into the sink.
That's right. In the sink, down the drain, because it's non-toxic.
Calcium chloride sounds, okay, so you did a non-toxic after I just touched it, and now I'm asking, is that okay to touch? It's all okay to touch.
It's fine to touch.
But once you put it in there, you're actually not going to touch it, but that moisture is what it's pulling in from the air. I'm a big proponent of humidifiers. I sleep with a humidifier next to my bed, but you want the humidity right next to you in the open areas, but in those enclosed areas, that's when it does the damage. That's when it gets moldy and mildewy, a little stinky, and you end up with this. This cost more than $32.95. So
that's
just to be able to get, right? I mean, if you save one clothing item or one wall that you don't have to demold or demildew, it is absolutely worth it. Want you to get that beige before it sells out. We do have blue, gray, and white, but all of them going very, very quickly, especially while it's on free shipping. Thanks so much, Monica. I appreciate that. We do also, though, have a few, just a handful, very, very few. I think we only started out with like 7.